RJ? Okay. Echo? Okay. Hi, welcome to Cat and Dogs on Wheels. I'm Cat, this is RJ, and this is Echo, my crew. Today I'm going to cover some of the differences in vehicle living versus sticks and bricks. It's really sort of a more manual lifestyle, and I'm also going to cover some of the things that I didn't expect or things that were different than I thought they were going to be. And there's your fuel costs, whether you're supplementing some of your power, like I have a diesel heater that has to take diesel, or you're supplementing some of your power with propane. You have to always be aware of how much you have, how much you're using, how much you need. Again, it's another budget thing. And how much supply do you have to take you in between when you have to refuel. Tiny. And there is water, another manual chore. Even if, anything from small containers like I have 23 gallons in this and gallon jugs. So I do a lot of water hauling. But even if you have big water tanks, even if you have a 50-gallon water tank, you're going to need to budget your water. You're going to need to know how much water it takes for your different tasks, which makes you decide what things you may or may not have that use water. And you have to know how much you use, how quickly, again, budgeting, so that you know when to refill. And personally, I top everything off before everything's empty. I like to have as much as possible so that if anything happens and I can't get to water, I have water. Now let's go fill some water. And then there's the matter of garbage. Now I have a small little garbage can, a little vintage can that I love, and it holds a small bag. And the purpose of that was so that, you can drop a bag off wherever you're patronizing, a gas station, Walmart, a grocery store. Just drop a bag in their garbage cans. But I didn't take into consideration what would happen when I don't have access to the garbage disposal. What if I'm out boondocking and I've got 5 days of garbage piled up? Where do I store that until I dump it? I hadn't really thought of that, and there really isn't any place in my bus right now to store it. You don't want to leave it outside when you're camping. That'll attract critters. You don't want to... I even think if you hang garbage in a tree, it's going to attract critters. They smell it, and raccoons, and you don't want to store it outside. So I have to still figure that out, because so far I've always had a garbage can to put it in. So that's the garbage situation. There's just things that you think you have covered, then you realize you don't. I'm going to do another video on the need of a garage and how I'm going to figure out a garage. Because right now what tools and stuff I have are in the bus, but I need more. There are certain things, like I'm going to need a little collapsible cart to haul water and power stations in when I'm not somewhere where they have a wheelbarrow I can use. I definitely need a shovel, and I prefer to have a rake, because if I'm going to a campsite and there's garbage or stuff, I might want to clean up my area, so I need a rake. There's more tools. It's like, okay, I need somewhere to store my diesel for my heater. Right now, I just keep my little gas can. I keep the gas cans under the bus, but where am I going to carry fuel? And I'm not going to be using those big. If you've seen some of my other videos, I have 2 big 5-gallon. They're too heavy. They're too heavy. I have a 2-gallon one, and I love that one. That one's perfect. And my diesel heater tank holds 2 gallons. So instead of having all these big ones, I definitely don't want to carry and haul them around. I figure if I had 3 of the 2 gallons, that would probably be enough. But still, where am I going to carry that? So I have some ideas. Like I say, I'll let you know what I'm debating on. I don't want to make my bus longer. I don't really want to make it taller, but I may end up. I mean, obviously, if I'm going to add to the outside somewhere is going to be bigger. So, you know, you think you have everything you need. I've had the advantage of living in my bus now, and I know there's things I still need. For one, I still need a pressure sprayer, and I'm going to put a little kitchen sprayer nozzle on the end of it so I can wash my hair. Where am I going to store that? There's no place in the bus for that. I have stuff that is just out in the bus that needs to be put away. And especially, and not even mentioning the stuff that I had already slotted that I put away before driving. Now I have even more of that. So weeding down, getting creative, figuring out a way to add more storage inside and outside the bus is in the future here. It's in my mind now, but so I thought these would be a few things that when you're thinking about it, these are things that we maybe don't always think of when we're doing the planning stage. And then once it's all there, it's like, whoa, now where am I going to put this? Where am I going to put that? So, yes. Storage is an issue. So yes, I think there's maybe a little more physical chores rather than, you know, when you're living in sticks and bricks, you don't even think about it. You turn on the lights, you turn off the lights, you turn on the heater. You aren't thinking about water. It just comes out of the sink. You don't even really think about that or how much you're using. So it really is a positive in my point, in my view. I think it's a positive knowing exactly how much. It shocked me when I realized how much you use in a stick and brick compared to when you're budgeting and thinking about it, how much less you can actually survive on. A much smaller footprint. And so all these things are sort of major when you're living in a vehicle. And I don't care if you're in a car, an SUV, a van, a box truck, a schoolie, an RV. For all of us vehicle dwellers, budgeting, power, water, storage is major. But it can be done, and I think it's the best thing that ever happened to me, is having the opportunity to be in a schoolie and being able to travel. Mostly being able to afford to support myself in my own house independently. And then there's power. And again, no matter how much power you have, it has to be monitored, budgeted, replenished. So you're constantly have to keep your eye on whether you have power stations or a battery bank. You learn to budget, like what I can spend, how much it takes to exist for how many days before I have to replenish. So again, that's something that if you can, top it off every day, so that if you're stuck without that power source to replenish your batteries or power stations, you're not out of power. And then you might think, because you're moving into a smaller place, that there won't be as much cleaning involved. I did sort of think that myself. I've always been one, I prefer small houses to large houses. I like as small a house as possible and as big a property and barns as possible. So, because I don't like to waste time doing housework, but I like a clean house. Well, what you're going to find in your small vehicle, yes, it's a smaller area to clean, but you're going to have to clean it a lot more often. Instead of having a house with different rooms that sort of all your dirt and clutter, tracking, all that stuff is spread out of rooms. Plus, normally you even have an entryway to get rid of the worst of it. But when you're in a small place, it's all in one place. It's concentrated. And it's so much more. Especially with pets. But with pets, you have more in your house. But again, it's spread through the whole house. And here, it's like you're walking straight out from the forest or the sandy beach or the just dirt, mud, you know, forest debris on the ground. That all comes in. If you have pets, the hair is concentrated in one place, not spread over the whole house. So, definitely more intense. You could say now Echo has brought me up to the status of living in a hair palace. All these things have to be in the back of your mind. Power, water, fuel. You have to be monitoring it basically almost daily to make sure that you don't run out of anything. I don't mind it. I actually there are no regrets in this area. Manual just makes you more physical. So, and all the benefits of living in a vehicle make all those things so worthwhile. I mean, it's not an issue. Echo, you stay. You stay. Get that. Thank you to all my YouTube friends and subscribers for being here for me and supporting me. And welcome to any new viewers. I think you'll discover some great people and good conversation and good tips in the comment section. I hope to see you back here again soon. So till next time, stay safe, take care, and don't give up on your dreams. But don't just be a dreamer, be a dream chaser. Running down a dream, it never will come to me.